Change my mind about these bars. Yeah. That's why Vision works keeps about 100 days to change your mind. It's simple.
Like what?
Vision works. See?
Hey, V, could you investigate something for me? Caught wind of a scuffle at the docks. Could be junkies, but this thing smells like a cyber psycho flare-up to me. And I want to know if drugs played any part. A cold body's no good to check, so keep him alive.
Fuck me. Well, darling. Where you off to? Not like this! Not like this!
Which we are about to get into here. On top of that, the movie is also hamstrung by the fact that it is the direct sequel to Falcon, which Disney Plus series, which watchers have some years already watched. In fact, that series was one of the major contributors to
Hey, V, could you investigate something for me? Caught wind of a scuffle at the docks. Could be junkies, but this thing smells like a cyber psycho flare-up to me. And I want to know if drugs played any part. A cold body's no good to check, so keep him alive.
There's a feast which you can visit as your personal information. Even when your close trackers, malware will review to online. There's no Netflix live release. All for a special offer for Surfshark Gold, and with that, let's return to
Fuck me. Well, darling. Where are you off to? What the fuck is going on? Not like this! Not like this!
That is intention to itself. Budgeted at $108 million to actually be filmed at no cost. At least one stands in the connected to multiple cheaper filmed getting events during the time spent on patients alone. And everyone hospital, so let's have a look at that.
Check out these deals of the week at Walgreens. Shop at Walgreens.com.
Hey V, wanna do a good deed and make some eddies while you're at it? Gotta get someone out of the tiger claw's grip before they chop him into teeny tiny little pieces. You in? Deeds attached. Don't make me ask twice.
Expect a domestic opening of 80 million over 3 days, 94 million over 4 days, and a global stock of 100 million. It's actually worse than that, which is adjusted for inflation at 95 or translates to over 5 million. Take any that doesn't account for price hikes. Just for those what's in it's actually even worse still.
What? Vampire.
Inflation adjust less than further shooting time to 2008 to 2006. Today translates to 55 and 55 is
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
2008 and that's still just price hikes, which means that if projections are true, all costs will have to see rising house is a thing honestly
Around, baby. Hit him!
franchise despite your no.
Yeah.
First, I find the country and both pockets are the main scope. All pockets jumped the shark and became years, the big ever flew. Ranchers stopped out there and must like red hot just because when his farm seems as for Falcon Captain America, that was a flop. They tried it on this. Not serious about their talks with Flopper as the old trust on, so why they would possibly make the big scene movie that is not serious. Wrong. Just before the minutes of the Falcon Producers, Rice on technically that number factors in about 20 million from China. That market is perhaps more than ever in the swing, and not because of the general softening towards studio fare the past several years. So in other words, excluding China, they're looking at a worldwide total of 180 million outside of China. And that's based on pre-review and pre-word-of-mouth projections. Just like the domestic, that's an appalling number, and it's still the best-case scenario. Let's see how the actual numbers turn out amid the controversies, and on that note, China is unlikely to swing in the movie's favor.
Just so you know, she's worried as shit about that car getting scratched too, so just...
Oh, yeah, I make sure I stay away.
Alright. Oh, God.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
This
What higher? Fuck's sake.
is well to Chinese
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
here to this earth workplace which further descended Chinese sensibilities. And a matter of sensibilities, just of a different kind, is what has caused another controversy surrounding the movie. Features the Israeli hero Saba, here portrayed by Sheila Haas, about words about the film's terms of confidence She announced in September 2004 that Israeli Israel's intelligence agency
Turn you around and hit him.
as the title of that course is this, Captain America becomes the part of the first who helps
Stop pushing around. Hit him! All right, that's what I'm talking about. Block higher. Stop pussyfooting around and hit him!
This much money should look this shoddy. Vulture predict Bilge immediately slammed Marvel as becoming a giant accusing the franchise of spending without their control.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
1.5-star
Block higher. Fuck's sake. Around and hit him.
So you could XP home. Do you even have a building?
What?
And Matt's boyfriend was a little rude. You really like slum him. It's really cute.
I want for everyone to see how it's accepted. Yes.
Sorry guys, time for that scene.
Yeah.
This is the one that set Twitter ablaze and showed you who the retards were, like very clearly.
Ended, and it's ridiculous what people use.
If you think the scene is good, quit. If you're
It's done, you're over, stop it. So, the stakes are Zemo's little place. We're chilling here with Zemo, Falcon, and Bucky. Unfortunately, Walker knows where they are, and he walks in and he's like, hey, enough with this Zemo shit. He's going to prison. And then Falcon's like, you know what, dude, you don't have any jurisdiction here. It's like neither do you. So I don't know why he brought that up. I don't know why jurisdiction comes up in the first place. They're in a foreign country. No one's a citizen there. I guess you could have thought, well, this is the weird thing about it, because the whole, like, contract to the government, yet also free agent. Does anybody have any say over what Falcon can do? I guess this show likes to believe that no one does. Okay? So, like, even if...
Surely they would, right? Like, if the US government's like, oh, this is a no-fly zone, can't come here. You can't just be like, I'm a free agent. It's like, oh, there's a no-fly zone here. You can't come here.
I'm from Madripoor. Your laws mean nothing to me.
Also, too,
Right.
look at Lamar's face right now, by the way. It's just like, what? So yeah, this is the weirdest Walker gets. There's a couple of things that Walker does in this season that are kind of weird, and it's just because the makers wanted him to be evil. He's like, oh, do you want to fight, Falcon? Is that it? Do you want to fight me? It's like, what? What? You know, instead of just being like, no, we're going to take Zemo, he's like, no, I'll fight you. And then he's like, I guess I need to make it fair. And he puts down the shield. So, you almost think for a moment we're,
I just pulled it up. Oh my god.
yeah, so... we put the shield down, and before we could engage with whatever that was going to be, you saw where his head was, right, guys? It was right about here. And then he realizes someone across the room has appeared with a spear, so he quickly moves back before the spear would have taken his fucking head off. Now, what the hell?
You don't know anything that's going on, lady. You just, like, control the guy.
And look at Walker's face. That is the audience. Like, what? Why?
I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you insane? The kind of international incident that this alone would cause?
Hey, Wakandans killed Captain America.
Yeah, an agent of Wakandan royalty attempted to murder Captain America while on foreign soil. Like, are you fucking
While he was
nuts?
trying to apprehend Zemo from the UN.
It's like, do you understand that, like, this will get the world to hate you? Like, this is nuts. What are you doing, you dumb bitch?
Is that the face of someone's like, wait, did I fuck up? Was I supposed to do that?
Yes. You fucked up really, really bad.
Uh-oh.
You made one of the biggest fuck-ups that has ever fucked up.
Immediately after these lasses walk in, and I like to believe that they were on a little cob thing, and they're like, take the head off Captain America, we will come in. And she throws the spear, and they walk in like, oh, you missed it. Okay, well, hey. Yes. It's fine, how you doing? So, for anybody in chat who's like, what in the hell is happening? The Dora Milaje almost assassinated Captain America for memes, because really they just want to get Zemo. They're like, hey, we want Zemo. Which is the same reason he was there, by the way. He was like,
that's fucking insane.
he was like, Zemo needs to be in prison.
Each other.
And then, it's almost like a comedic fucking sketch. He walks in like, Zemo needs to go to prison. And I was like, no. And then someone takes his head off and goes, he was right, by the way. Zemo needs to go to prison. Like, wow, okay.
Well, you set up for not as bad to succeed. Back to the hustle.
Stop pussyfooting around and hit it!
entire bank stuff is fake. My bank, there was no bank leaks that ever happened to me. That whole thing was fabricated by manufacturers. I don't even know what information they got it from, but it wasn't me. Like, they'd be like, what about the bank leaks, and what about this and that? Like, what about them? Did you analyze them? Can you show them on street that those are real?
And just so you're aware, Phil, I did analyze them. I showed them on screen. I don't know. But honestly, no things. I think you lied about a lot of them. It's to your benefit. I want the detractors to know how much you've been spending on gin and wine and DoorDash and then loving WPD.
Why would it?
Well, let's get to the bank leaks, especially special ops. So, in order for them to be fake, the person that faked them would have to know what kind of car you drive, who your internet service provider is, who your electric company was, who your garbage company was, what their monthly charge was at the time of the bank leaks for people living in your area at the time of those leaks. They'd have to know what restaurants you eat at and when you ate at them. They'd have to know when and where your wife gets haircuts. They'd have to know what your local water company was and what you pay them every month. They'd have to know when you go to Burger King. They'd have to know when you go out to eat, when you do DoorDash, when and where you go grocery shopping, how much your back tax payments were, how much you make that every month, how much you're making on YouTube every month, how much you're making on Twitch, what accounting firm you use, and what they're charging you. The odds of somebody knowing all that information, it's like take a 007 CIA operative to fake these. Phil, you don't see that do you understand that there's direct correlation? You say, I went to Burger King, and the Burger King charges there on that day, or the day before. You say, I'm getting a haircut. 8 times somebody caught you saying you're getting a haircut, and those haircuts are on the fake leaks. And do you understand the person that did that is the entire police officer? The person that failed that information is the entire police officer. And this guy is called Rose Will. Oh, take like a team.
You wrote? Yup. I was hired to get you out of here.
Man, I've got 43. Say the word, and I'm right behind you.
Okay, then get up. Time to turn tail.
With you all the way. Listen, if we run into trouble, I can't help you. At least, not in this state.
I'll handle it. It's what I'm paid for.
And here's what I'm found out in the course of my investigation.
September 13th, authorized payment of $120.27 from Comcast. On September 13th, a pre-authorized payment of $112.28 from Apple iTunes. On September 13th.
So, it's enough to say, somebody sat on telephone for 5 hours. Now, I went through the first 5 hours, it matches the leaks 100%. And I also contacted the bank. This is the online teller at the time. That's the voice they use. So for somebody to fake this, they would have to have the software development kit for the telephony for this bank software and the text-to-speech that's used in this. They need the software development kit. Do you know what that costs?
No, I don't know what that
It costs tens of thousands of dollars. Somebody would have to spend tens of thousands of dollars to fake this 5-hour phone call with your online bank teller, Phil. You don't think that sounds like overwhelming evidence that they're real?
It's
Tell me, one of your detractors spent $10 grand on a software development kit.
Are you going to let me respond?
Okay, let's hear it.
So, you're saying that you heard this clip, this 5-hour clip that's supposed to be someone for an officer phone call. And this is 100%. It is no evidence that is true.
That's what you said. No, I'm saying that I went through and somebody really did send in this online teller and then transcribed every charge to a spreadsheet. It matches this 5-hour the time it would take somebody to first make his recording, and then again, they have to know everything
you spend money, and all of these charges that are here on the house. Did you know that all the charges?
Right. No need to thank me.
And that
Let's
correlates
put this whole
perfectly
thing to
to,
rest.
being great for your house. Here's a perfect example. I protect as much as I can. This is the supermarket. This is the supermarket where you shop. It's 3 miles from your house. 4 miles, I'm sorry. And this is the discount store. This was, 3.1 miles. 3.4 miles. I don't know. It's a few miles from your house. And I was able to do this mapping with
Thanks. I think I can take it from here. I'm sure you will. Hey,
it's all within a few miles of your house. And there's correlations where you said things on street, like I'm going to get a haircut today. Those charges are there. And in the case of the Burger King,
Macedon. He knew he'd be in a bit of a fix after the stunt he pulled. Just like him to do that. First he lets me need it. You'd be better. Girl, don't let.
Sig reached me that role's secured. Can't say I'm not impressed. You handled it like a real pro, closing the gig, sending the eds.
Spreadsheets as well. It's all fake. Look at the spreadsheet. It correlates to the audio recordings. 100%. And you're telling me somebody faked all this? This isn't you? I'm still waiting. You finish so I can respond.
What's that?
The reason that people are so upset is see these charts show that you spend more on training actions most of that you're working while you're begging That wasn't my question. My question is, are you done talking about the bank leaks so that I can respond? Fine. Yeah, I can show you more evidence. I can show you more evidence. I was getting tell you, and now you know it's fine. I'll show you some more evidence.
Come out, please!
Say that's not her. I think so.
Go on!
I'm getting so confused that you put on your kick inside. You can just get your haircut at
You piece of shit!
So you can't tell. That's not what I said. At all. I say, right? You're going to calm down. Thank you. You're excited. You think you got me on something. It's all good. And I'm out to what you do. How about a thank you? How about
If you suspect any
right? I'm not.
Fuck.
What's good?
Damn it, what happened? That's right. Understand that? You'll find them. They'll still fuck their public. That's the problem. Trackers have receipts. You don't have any receipts, Bill. You have excuses and lies. You're an investigation. You're trying to get the crypto. I get it. Because if you know for sure those bank leaks are yours, nobody will give you money ever again. Because the banks are money to pay your bills and you spend it on stupid shit. Can I ask you a question quickly? Yeah. How do you expect to get the show if you won't let me talk. I'm trying to talk to you and you keep yelling over me.
Where do you keep telling me that I'm going to show you more evidence? I've already showed you.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Explain.
I didn't say
Explain this.
I didn't say you have to show me any more evidence. I said, can I respond now, or are you going to keep going? Because obviously, I'm going to give my answer, and then we can move on to something else. Or, you know, unless this is all you had to thank you. I don't know.
So, Phil, there's no rest. There's no rest.
Let me see. Yeah, you kept yelling. I'm trying to get can I get my response?
Yes. All right. Virus is in ice cream. Virus is in.
Let me say that. I'm trying to do you a solid disappearance. I really am. I think that you're really nice with some attention on your content because of this. I do. You're really an issue. Not your future guest come on your show and you yell at me. You understand? Like, oh, absolutely. I'm yelling at me. And I'm not pushing you. I'm not upset. All right? You are very agitated.
I get agitated.
Security!
So, we're going to see everything that you're or still. Invisible.
Okay, so I need to get a practice.
I want to know! You're only making it worse for yourself. I'm out. Surrender immediately!
That could be my information. Can you confirm that that law, not a much success because we're going from something evidence there, you can't confirm it's real, right? Why would they confirm it unless it was obtained federal crime? You understand that? So you don't know if it's real or not. So why do you think?
No, I have suspicion based on biblical evidence.
Fuck you doing?
Yes. That's not what I'm here at all. I'm here to have you on the show. And you said that you wanted to talk about my past as a reader. You wanted to bring up some of the things that might attract you.
Alright, well, now that I answered this one, Tracy, I'm still showing evidence. There's overwhelming evidence that the magnets are real. And, you know, so you can trace it. So let's go through this video and you tell me where it's from.
Hey, look.
Yeah, I want to talk.
Well,
Still have just a glance. So let me follow you.
Yeah.
Right? Cannot actually verify without that's fine. Yeah, correct. But I know that you're 100% right, but the correlation now with film. It's their show. You talked about getting a haircut, and the charges are there on the appropriate dates. That's coincidence? That's no coincidence. You're talking and screaming yes, instead of having a conversation.
You're not answering the questions. You're
talking in circles and making excuses. I'm giving my answer. You still haven't looked at it. Okay? You still haven't looked at it. I've given my side of the story of what it is. I don't know if you're actually interested in what my side of the story is now, because as you can tell, we're not really been talking about what I said. It's just, you're just 100% convinced that it's real. So
I talked based on an exhaustive investigation, yes.
right.
And one of the reasons that I'm sure that some of your detractors are right is because they, number one, they bring receipts, and number two, the hallmark of a great researcher is that somebody can go after that researcher and find the same information and say, okay, that researcher did a good job, because I found the same thing. I went after this researcher on Pig Go, and they're 100% right. Talk about getting a haircut, it's on the bank leaks. How do these people know every time you talked about getting a haircut in an 18-month period, 8 times, and 8 for 8, it's on the bank leaks when you talked about it on your show, getting a haircut?
Okay. Are you done? Can I keep responding with my answer now?
I'm trying to get you an answer.
Yeah. I'm trying to answer, but you keep yelling over me every time I try. All right. Just let me say what I have to say. You cannot confirm it's real, but you believe it is real based on all the circumstantial evidence. Fair enough.
Everybody that doesn't have a mental deficiency will believe it's real.
Fair enough. So, fair enough. I can't change your mind. There's no reason to argue with anything, right? Why would I sit here and say, well, here's what it really is? There's no point. No matter what I do, I'm not going to convince you otherwise, correct? Now, I will say this. Whether or not it's real or not, doesn't matter. If it is real, all it means is that I was an idiot who spent a lot of money on very frivolously, and I made nothing, right? But
Don't you think it'd be better to do that?
as we continue, you've got to let me finish. You've got to stop talking. Yes,
We're having a conversation. I'm not talking.
I'm trying. I'm just trying to finish my statement. I lose track of my thought when you interrupt me. So, again, I'm not angry again. Please let me finish my train of thought, okay?
All right.
So, every single thing you're saying is absolutely positively true. All it means is that I was very irresponsible with my money.
No, it would mean you committed fraud. Sorry to interrupt you. That's what.
Okay. All right. All it would mean is that
you committed fraud.
In what way? Because I
told everybody that you needed. Told everybody that you needed money for one thing, you spent it on other things. That's a form of consumer funds.
What? So let me get this straight. You would think that if someone is on a stream, this is contributing to my stream because I need money for my work. Okay. And then they actually spend something that wasn't on a game. Yeah. Okay, but that's not what happened. Even if the bank leaks are real, that's not what happened. I don't know. Right? I will tell you this, Steve. Anytime that I've gone my way and I said, hey, I really need help with something, it actually was truthful. Okay? Where there are times I got one of those documentary by Jim King, where he outright said, now wait a minute, I have a stream. You say you needed money for this, but are you admitting you spent money on something else at the same time? And I said, yeah.
He's killing us!
The money always went back to the purpose of making those other things as well. Right? I said, hey guys, I need money to pay my mortgage tomorrow. Can you help me out? And I got that money. Yeah, also buy a sandwich. You know what I mean? Like, that's you know, we were saying $40,000 for the game. Even though, you know, what really this coming from, I don't know what number that even means. That just in here, that was revenue. How do I spend money on it? Yes, I spent that much. I spent $1,000. Alright? I'm very careless with my money. That's why I don't think that's why I was living.
And here I thought, this day is full.
But I never, I'll let you say, I raised it and then ran and spent it on something else directly. What you're implying is that I'm like some kind of a degenerate gamer. Like, say, I need the money and I'm going to
A lot of people are addicted to games. It's not something to be ashamed of.
Oh, I know. No, but Steve, I've talked about this, about my past. And actually, before this WWE Champions thing, I was actually way more addicted to a different game called WWE Supercard and Dragon Ball Z Dokkan. I was actually spending way more than I ever spent on WWE Champions. Okay, so I know all about major overspending and all of that. And I have publicly admitted I've done it. Alright, okay?
No,
How about I just finish my answer? Okay?
Then finishing your answer.
It doesn't matter if the leg leaks are real or not. I'm telling you my perspective. I've already
You understand the matters to the internet.
Steve, I've explained this to you already.
Phil, if you're begging for money constantly and you spent 40 grand on a mobile game, that matters. You're telling people you don't have money to buy food and you spent 40 grand on a mobile game, that matters. It's directly to your integrity.
What are you talking about? You literally said, here's the problem. You are completely extrapolating the situation. You're actively on one stream. I said I need money for groceries, and then immediately I took all the money and spent it on a mobile game. That never happened. Never. If I asked for money for something, I spent it on what I needed it for. And then maybe I spent money on other stuff as well. That has nothing to do with, oh, he blew it all on the mobile game, that's why he needed more money. No, that's ridiculous.
Well,
yes.
and DoorDash, gin,
There you go. So what you're implying then is anyone who ever asks for support on a stream can only directly spend it on responsible things, and you have to be police what the person spends the money on. That is so false. That is such a fallacy.
You don't want to address the correlation. There's 20, 30 of them.
Steve,
you talked about something, and it's on the bank leaks. It's on the bank leaks.
Which we can't verify are real.
You talked about 8 haircuts, and 8 times it's on the bank leaks. Let's get into this.
Which we can't verify.
We can see a film on a trail around the times in which beauty and personal hygiene were logged.
Steve,
This hearing is October 14th.
you're wasting your time.
If you're unfamiliar with the banking industry,
I guess, yeah.
it's at the truth the same day. To 3 days. So, anyway, using Big Go, I found this.
But at the same time, I got grocery shopping. We have appointments we have to get to. I'm gonna get a haircut. I'm gonna get a haircut.
I'm going to get
She'll start to get long.
wasn't but this last the day I was supposed to November 13th, and the charge cleared. We have a total of 8 haircuts in these so far. 1 of 8. The next cut is Lewis. And here's Phil, December 7th.
That's right, and I'm getting a haircut. You're absolutely right. So a lot of fish remember. I'm getting a haircut as well tomorrow. So a super busy day for me.
2 down, 6 to go.
2 haircuts.
Okay. Steve, we get the point. We'll have to see the other 6. Grocery shopping. Steve, shopping. Point.
This is what I'm talking about, receipts.
You need a haircut.
There's receipts.
March 3rd.
It's the benefits.
March 3rd.
Statements. It's
Now,
expel.
going to get a haircut. It's much closer now than it was, like much closer to the head. Because it's spring, I decided to get a much shorter haircut.
And here's Phil.
Are you talking about anything else?
That's Wednesday.
But yeah, the thing is, this Wednesday,
It's only a few minutes. It's only 2 minutes.
Haircuts.
We're halfway through.
Phil on May 9th.
My wife and I are going to probably grab then we have to get haircuts.
July 15th. Phil on the exact same date.
Now the headphones are up front, can't see it that well. I have a very close haircut all around the sides and the back. The top of them still kind of long.
And lastly, August 18th. And here's Phil on August 18th.
A lot of people are noticing my shorter haircut, which is very healthy, by the way.
There's another thing where not just the bank.
You know, I want to done so hot recently.
Based on this data from a logical standpoint, it appears that those beauty charges coincide.
Yo, V, there's this badge. He needs help with his investigation. Guy's known for operating in the gray zone. No scruples about working with mercs. Attach more deeds for you.
Somebody else now count 1. Transactions on reporting for films which coincide with the data found in the bank leaks. 2. The transactions fabricated and fabricated and render accurately guess films where you get a haircut. You got a haircut. 3.
The fuck's going on?
Transactions on the reporting count. First, transactions in their haircut. Of the 3, which 2 can Occam's razor.
Knuckle up, let's do this!
The rest of this transaction, there's an issue. Maggie's on meter.
What's about business match the bank leaks?
Just some statements. 6 months.
Heat! Turn it up!
Stop!
out of 8 times they actually asked when you were getting a haircut and put it on the back list. They made the big recording.
We're coming for you!
Yes. Yes, they already know because they talk about it publicly on every street. So I mean, like, what you're seeing is all stuff that was public. You understand that? Like, everything that's in those feeds is public information. Because I'm on the street.
So somebody, like, what, logs everything that you say and then put it all on the bank leads? Like when you say you're getting a haircut, when you say you're getting DoorDash, when you say you're going to Burger King, when you say you're going out to eat, when you say you're going grocery shopping, they knew 100%. And by the way, I said the hallmark of a good researcher is when somebody goes after him. I checked the clips. He's accurate. This person is accurate. He's a retired law enforcement officer. He goes by Roadside Phil. This guy's a retired cop. He's not qualified to investigate this and come to a conclusion that the bank sheets are accurate.
Who said that? I didn't see that.
So how did somebody get this all so right? All those bank leaks so right?
Because it's
going to make a 5-hour bank teller call, and then they made these spreadsheets. They just all of that. Just a spreadsheet. By the way, you know what the story is that this entire person. But let me just get this out. The person, the woman that behind the person who did this, and I don't condone somebody committing a crime to so-called get you or that you're lying about money or spending money on stupid shit. I don't condone that, but the information is there. But the reward is that this person used to be a supporter of yours. They got tired of you lying to your audience, and they wanted to check you. And that's why they did this.
Financial. The feeling you get when you're on budget and on Cloud 9. Let Financial become your everyday state of mind. Tap to start your journey.
Okay.
Did you also know that you were caught lying a great deal about the police investigation and all of that stuff? You were caught lying.
The police investigation of what?
You lied about when you talked to the police. Because people did the same retired law enforcement officer did FOIA requests, which proved you lied in that side scrollers interview. 100% proves you lied. About all of this
idea what you're talking about.
Well, I got a video. But during this talk about this is our retired law enforcement officer friend whose work I checked, and I also verified his FOIA request and spoke to the local police to verify what he did was accurate.
Can we pause for a second? Like, you're just insane amounts of stuff out here, right?
It's called evidence. We don't have it. We have lots. That's the problem.
Steve, please listen. All you're doing is throwing things, right? Let me try to responding to something else. That's not a drinking conversation, nor is that considered any way of fair shaping. I would like to respond, but every time I'm trying, you yell over me and you move on and you play a 2-minute video and there's nothing here that I can do because you won't actually talk. You're already moving on to something else. I'm like, wait, what police investigation you were going to have is to
explain the correlations. Yeah, you're right. But you lied about when you said that you talked to them previously and they said they would investigate you in the trafficking. You lied about that. Our retired law enforcement officer friend here, he's here, and he spoke to the detective that you talked to. You said in the side scrollers interview that sometime prior to the bank leaks, you didn't file a police report. By the way, your bank, did you know? My wife, I mentioned she was an accountant. Do you know what she did? She worked in the fraud department at Beneficial Savings Bank for 20 years. And she told me that you, Phil, said that these people got access to multiple of your accounts. The bank itself is required by federal law and banking regulations to file a police report. Our retired law enforcement officer friend filed the FOIAs. The bank didn't file any fraud reports. They're required by law to do so. So if you talk to the bank, if you talk to the bank and said somebody got access to my account illegally, they would have filed the appropriate police reports, talked to the detectives, and followed up on that. They did. And you lied. You lied about when you said the police only investigate human trafficking or something.
No, hold on.
We've got another video for that. We've got another video for the FOIAs proving you lied.
Wait. I got the truth, go. 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 I got the truth. It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.
Like a billionaire. Down there between your eyes, sounds like a billionaire.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Listen, the next question I'm going to ask you may be considered like private medical information, and if you don't want to answer this, then I understand. But
It depends. Let's see what it is.
But let me explain this to you.
Okay.
I have a son who is autistic, severely autistic, nonverbal, in fact. He doesn't speak. But I've been around a lot of autistic people because of raising my son. He's 12 now. And one of the big criticisms about you is you're constantly asking for support, constantly asking for money. And I don't know, I've been observing some of this. So I wanted to ask you, have you ever been diagnosed with being on the spectrum or having Asperger's?
When I was growing up, that stuff, no one ever talked about any of that stuff at all. I doubt that a single doctor would have ever even like done a test or measured anything like that when I was growing up, unless you were like showing overt signs outward of stuff like that. No one ever talked about that stuff. You know what I mean? So no, I've never had a test. I don't know. You know, who knows? Maybe there is, and maybe there isn't. I wouldn't know.
Well, I think, you know, and I could be wrong. I mean, I'm just an observer here, an outsider looking in. But it seems to me that you have a little bit of trouble, like comprehending social norms. Like, for example, like, do you have a perception of like how many times during an average stream that you ask for support or money? Because that's one of the big criticisms too. Like,
do I count? No, I do not, because it's directly proportionate to how much support I got during that stream. You know what I mean?
So if you don't get support, you ask for it more.
That's right. Ask and you shall receive.
Okay, but do you understand that turns a lot of people off? Like,
absolutely. Sure.
I hate to include this, but I'm going to include this. You know, I'm not a big gamer, but my son is. In fact, though, we're having a real problem with him with screen time. I just got him a new game today for his Nintendo, and we're trying to cut him down on screen time because it seems to me he's 8 years old. He's a big gamer. PlayStation VR, Switch, and he watches video game streamers. He watches Ninja and he watches Hassan and who was the XQC he watches. And you know, I asked him out of the blue, like, do you ever watch Dark Side Phil? He goes, no. I go, do you know who that is? He goes, yeah. And I go, well, you watch these other guys, don't you like his show? And he goes, I watch them sometimes, but he asks for money all the time. And I almost was going to clip a video of him talking about this, but I thought, I'm not going to hit you with that. But like, there is a perception, even among people, and I swear I didn't coach him. I didn't know he knew who you were, but he's always either playing a video game or watching a streamer. So I thought maybe he knows who you are. He did know who you are. And by the way, he told me to tell you that he could beat you at what is it, Friday Night Freddy? He could beat you at any of those games. Just so you know.
What, Street Fighter? Like what?
No, Friday Night at Freddy's, I guess.
Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah.
I hate those games. I suck ass. I would never.
Well, I heard you're going to be doing a marathon. He's always playing them, but like.
There could be, yeah, we might be doing
But what I'm saying, Phil, is that there's this perception that you. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Like in my world, it's customary to ask for support once, maybe twice through the stream. Like if you take a break in the middle, when you come back, you say something. But like, did you know there's a whole YouTube channel dedicated just to counting the number of times that you ask for support?
Absolutely. There's entire like networks. It's written to count the amount of times I say a single word in all of my content ever on YouTube.
And there's an entire. Did you know there's an entire search engine called Go?
Yeah, exactly.
Where you can search by keyword. But
that's right.
Listen. I'm trying to help you here. I really am, because I understand why people are like, you know, saying this stuff. And I thought there gotta be exaggerating. But then I found this Ferroni the tractor. I'm sure it's what you would describe as one of your detractors.
I mean, he calls himself the tractor.
When you were playing Dark Souls, you asked for money 62 times. When you were playing Light Razing, I don't know, he makes plays on words on the games you were playing. You asked for money 85 times. You tested a mic, and then you begged for money 31 times while testing the mic. This one is just green mode beg count 58. Successful streamer begged 78 times. And I'm not going to play these videos because they're very disparaging. They like make you have a huge head.
No way.
Funny. Popeyes Felton beg count 100. So to eat Popeyes, you begged for money 100 times. Flight Simulator, you begged for money 111 times. Call of Duty, Rage Quit 9 times. They flipped. And I gotta tell you, I watched these accounts going, he asked for money 101 times in one stream. They clip them all and they put them together. I don't know what Bangor is, but he asked for money 101 times. We've got Life is Strange, beg count 33. Life is Strange, I guess they meant.
Yeah.
Nightly, Kingly begs, counts to 5. Shadow, something. Yeah. 77
Aaron.
times.
Oh.
WW.
So, hit any snags along?
There always are.
You're real tough as nails, huh? That's how you survive out there.
All this person does.
All right, now hand over those scrolls.
All the time you ask for money.
These scrolls are
Together, and I guess they make kind of funny.
Real big.
Really confused by this.
here.
Great
I was
work.
just wondering, like, do you realize
I'm
that
sure
you ask for money that many times in one stream?
Well, first off, if you were watching this content making, I don't actually know how truthful that is. I literally don't say it.
Mr. Bill, he's right. I mean, unless he's like AI, he's got like CIA level AI to make these clips.
All I'm saying is I'm answering this question in effective way. If anything that the tracker was talking about the story of law, and actually from my perspective, I haven't seen that content. I can't really respond to it. But no, I mean, I do ask for contributions. Basically, as soon as I start my podcast, and if we're talking about how I did the day before, I'll mention, how we did. And I'll say, hey, let's hit the goals today. We have some goals in place. Here's the rewards coming up. If we have a reward that's scheduled, we'll talk about that. During each podcast, I'll mention it several times for sure.
Well, this is why I brought up the autism, because I don't know if you know this, but people with autism have like perceptual problems and social problems, and they don't recognize social cues. And like that's what made me think that maybe you're on the spectrum, because a neurodivergent person or a person on the spectrum might not realize that they were asking that many times, and that this is what I'm saying. People with autism also have a problem with social norms. So, like, the social norm is ask for support once or twice a show. And I think most show hosts would agree with that. If you 4 or 5, I don't know, but 88 times, 122 times, 56 times in one stream, it's a little bit extreme, and I think that's why your detractors go after you so much, because I'm not aware of anybody else. And this is what I did. I went to Twitch and I just started watching some random gaming streamers, and I got links from people to watch, and I watched from the beginning to the end. And over on Twitch, at least, most of the gaming streamers, hey, thanks for the support, give some subs, here's our goal tonight. And a lot of them didn't even have goals, but they would read the gifts or the tips or the cheers or whatever. But they don't ask so many times. So I think that's why, because it's just too much. You don't think it's too much?
Let me put it this way. The people who have issue with how much I ask are the people who benefit the most by bringing it up. It's that simple. People who make this kind of toxic content on an entire channel dedicated to counting how many times I ask for donations.
I agree with that. That's how it goes. And clip all every single time they bring some money. Yeah, I agree with the same bill. Regardless of whether you call them a tractor, they're actually accurate. Okay, fair enough. That's the problem. Factually accurate.
And I'm going to share here today. That's a problem. I think that's perception. Some people
it's a problem. I think so. This stuff is cringe now.
All right, it's cringe. She's been speed cringe. It's been speed cringe. Topic real.
I think was it last night or the night before that you're like, we gotta hit this goal because I don't know if I can put it hard.
Is that right? We gotta get the heart of these movies. Get it. Next week, no more work. She just wanted to up. Let's hit the artist.
This is kind of a deflection. But don't you see how what if I said like I would consider this cringe. Like, what if I was on the show and I say, I'd like to order pizza for my kids because I don't feel like cooking, but I need to get $50 in super chats first.
Okay.
I would never do that because I would think that is so cringe.
Well, that's different. You know the context of me actually ordering Arby's. It's not me just ordering dinner for my family. That's actually not what it is.
No, then you do it for people who are saying.
Yeah, which is an ongoing series I've been doing for over a decade. And I actually canceled the series and it gave me so much crap for like 5 years. These people were like, dude, why are you not doing the show anymore? We love Disney Trust. So I said, okay, you know what? Fine. Get back.
There's a real nerd guy in school.
Review of the week.
He's funny, he's nerdy, but he just only knows Burger King and McDonald's and Chile.
I was doing that pizza for Eagles. I just never loved for it because I was a mean person.
Yeah, let's go back. I forget because I have something over here. So one of the most questions I got most as well is that people, and I think this is again just a misunderstanding. I got so many people sending me messages going, how can he say his expenses are this much? So this is just from a bankruptcy filing. 1 month you're saying 9,000 in expenses, the next month 5,000, the next month 3,100, 44, that's 3, 9, 50. People are saying there's no way you could have that much in business expenses. But is this a combination of both business and personal expenses?
See, here's the thing. This is why you have to understand when people start to bring this up. Anything that I say about this publicly at all, these people will take what I say, twist it, and then try to get me in trouble. All right. So I've been through this rodeo before. Why you're bringing this up? I'm going to tell you exactly what I understand about what I think about this. Okay. So when I'm going through the bankruptcy, okay, I provide all the information that they wanted. What did they ask for a lot? They asked for
Sure. I've been in bankruptcy hearings on the
No, all about how detailed they can be. Let me to give you perspective here. I was told both by my bankruptcy attorney and the judge involved that was the weirdest, most complex bankruptcy they ever had to do because my detractors kept messaging the judge. Okay, like every 5 seconds. They were messaging the judge saying, well, did you know he has this? Did you know he made this? Did you know? So the judge is like, what the hell is this? Like, I'm just trying to do the bankruptcy and I got 1,000 people on the internet who are suing for this shit. I don't even know what this means. Just listen to this. I know this is what this is. Get laugh out of this. So when you do the bankruptcy, this has to be online. So this is public information. You see right here. find this online. One of the things that happened was the initial filing didn't list my cat Jasper as a financial asset. Okay? Why? My bankruptcy attorney didn't do it. Okay? It's that simple. Now, normally, I don't do shit. But my detractor mass messaged the judge saying, Bill is lying to you, committing fraud to get his bankruptcy through. He has a cat, he didn't tell you. So well, that's kind of bad. And the judge had to hold a special meeting, myself and my attorney, asking us why we didn't do this. Are we trying to scam them? So when this happened, they set out to go into the most complex shit. I am line by line by line of all the things that I spent, what it went to, you know, business.
With respect, like, this is a very simple question. When you're listing these expenses here, is that your total expenses, personal and business
Such
together,
a badass until the action
I
starts.
don't know, because that's what my bankruptcy attorney put together for me properly. The law in Washington State. I don't know.
Can I talk to him about this and get some answers on that?
No, I doubt it. But
well, if you give your permission, he can talk to me.
Let me put it this way: everyone involved in this bankruptcy was already mass harassed by his people, and this is
not going to harass anybody. But it's going to that very simple question that I asked you: is this expenses your business or your personal or both?
My take on that would be that's probably what they consider whatever is qualifiable as the expense, whatever can qualify for the bankruptcy. You know what I mean? Like what is quantifiable as expenses or whatever they needed for this document. I don't even know what this document is actually, because I don't know how bankruptcies work.
It's from the bank.
Right. I don't know. Is this for meant to measure? The person looks at this. Is it meant to measure? Or is this expensive? I don't even know.
That's why I think there's some confusion, because the people that are upset about this are saying,
where are you? Who you saw?
I got a message, and I'm for sure paraphrasing, but somebody sent me a message that said, I was watching Northside Film I know that in this time frame, by, for example, gaming PC or anything to show, so I obviously have $3 million worth of expenses to show that
right. Well, that's I don't know what's considered an expense. I don't know if that's business or personal. For example, this is what I mean. People speak with this. If I speak with their me and say, see what Bill said, and I'm trying to get in trouble, right? But to give you some perspective here, this room that I'm broadcasting on right now, okay, is only used for work. So therefore, this room, my tax for somehow it's considered an expense. I don't know. Does that factor in?
All right, well, let me help you a little bit, because my wife is an accountant.
Okay,
good. Maybe
we'll finally get some answers.
Because I is so strict. But there's some other confusion. So some of the other confusion is that, and this is a simple question too, are you writing off like your home mortgage payment as a business expense? Are you writing off?
I don't think so. No, that's not
utilities. All right, so
to my knowledge,
you know you can only write off a percentage of your household expenses because you're just using one room.
Should I be very clear here? I'm not writing off anything. I have professionals who do my taxes, and it's not H&R Block or one of these, fly-by-night bullshit companies. It's a real tax attorney.
Oh, I know. They're on the bank leave. Right, check them out.
I pay tons of money for them to do my taxes every year, and they do them right, 100% up and down, left and right. They do a great job. So I don't know what's written off and what's not. I don't know. I can't answer those questions.
So another one. So the asking for support. We'll go back to that because one of the other criticisms, I guess, is that you ask for support too much, and I think that maybe I can help you understand some of this, what you call haters or trolls, because in some of this stuff, it's kind of like I said, it's cringy. Right? Like,
sure, purposefully so. Yeah.
You're saying that it's that on purpose? You make
yes, absolutely. It's hammed up. It's hammed up on purpose. I'm not. Do you really think It's a big deal. If I had Arby's on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, it doesn't matter. It's just you jam it up, you make people get motivated to do it. That way we get it, right? As opposed to if everything's never a big deal and you don't hype anything up, then who's going to have incentive to ever care about it? You know, I'm a proud
Lovely neighborhood.
We're going to do a DSP
Right.
We're going to do a marathon.
What in the fuck?
Some people will say that you have this like
You okay?
self-importance, like mindset.
Lilith has concealed the 10th circle from the ancestors' eyes.
React to this.
The hell is this?
You don't think that this is too much?
Got a bad feeling.
If you don't like my content, if you can support the streams today,
Better
please
look around.
do. In particular, I posted help tips today. Tip me today, and I hit the goals today, I'm in a good position for tomorrow. If I stream today and I hit none of the goals, I'm fucked. And essentially, I'll be going grocery shopping, and I guess we're gonna eat a lunch meat sandwich, you know, for our day off. Take me out. You know, it's the situation I'm in, and it fucking sucks.
All right, so look, this is me.
Oh shit!
That's too much. But don't you understand that some people? All right, so if your position is that you're doing this on purpose to make it cringy and you're laughing about it's a joke, but some people in your live chat really don't know that you're joking, and they might think that no. You this is great. It's something great, but it's grifty. You basically say, like, if I don't get tips, I can't buy groceries, and I may be subjected to have to eat a lunch meat sandwich on my day off. I won't even be able to get takeout food.
And who wants to do that on their day off?
Well, you're putting that on the audience. You're putting it on the audience.
First off, I'm trying to remember that specific situation because I don't actually remember what the heck that situation was. If you're wondering why I'm saying tips, it's because tips I get immediately, so I can actually spend it on something right away. Like, for example, you're getting a ridiculous amount of super chats, but you guys, you know, you don't get those right now. You gotta wait like a month and a half before you get these.
No, I gotta wait until the 21st, and I don't know paycheck to paycheck. And that's right. And so in your defense, we talked about this a little bit after. My show doesn't pay any of my house bills. I have other sources of income. And, you know, and speaking of that, we'll get into that next, because there's some other stuff there. I took another one on, and this one is about abusing users and taking advantage of users. And, you know, there's people that are like, why the stuff that he says, let me share my screen again. We've got another one here with you here. And I want you to react to this one and tell me, you know, is this too much or is this okay? Because
let's do this in context. I've never heard this before. I've just heard.
Well, you often say that people take things out of context. So I'll play it and then you can put it in context.
Sure, thanks for the money, dummies. That's exactly what you fucking are. A bunch of fucking headed idiot. You give me money to get absolutely nothing out of it. Thanks. Oh, I know exactly what that is then. So, literally every single day, there are people who will send me small tips. I'm not talking if they're sending me like a giant amount, sending a $1, sending like a 50-cent super chat, and put the most insulting possible message in there, insulting my wife, insulting me. And so, that's the response to that is saying, yeah, dummies, go ahead, keep sending it to me because you get nothing out of it. Because actually, if I remember this context, they were expecting me to read every message. I said, I don't have any obligation to read the message at all. If it would be insulting, the moment that you cross that line, I'm just going to ignore you. So go right into tips and super chat. Thanks for the money, dummies. Now you're wasting your time because I'm keeping it, and I'm not reading your message. I think I changed my mind about the fire.
Yeah, I have. That's why vision work gives you 100 days to change your mind. Simple. Anything else I can help with?
Like what?
Vision works. See the difference.
When Talon was bleeding from his butt, his rear end had just scraped hard against the asphalt as two bullies used their superpowers to throw him around like a fag doll. He examined his road rash and the hole in his clothing pants. It was tender to his touch. The bullies faced open, nailed on him, punching the as he hurled out of every hole. It made Quinn feel like the weakest person on earth. To everyone else, it looked like he didn't have powers. And that was a big deal because everybody, and he meant everybody, on this planet have superpowers. I didn't get it naturally. and they brought enhancements to give them powers. The bullies laughed. You're such a weakling. His friend joked. Defend yourself, loser. Finn was helpless. The sun sapped his strength for some reason. Finn screamed, "Get off of me!" The bullies laughed again, and then punched Finn in the nose. Blood poured out of his nose and smeared across his face. Suddenly, Finn felt a surge of strength, and he pushed one of the bullies to the ground. The other's eyes went wide. What the hell, man? The first bully scrambled to him.
Thanks for the money, dummies. Now you're wasting your time with not keeping it. With your rest.
Alright, well, I guess I can see that that's fair. But that needs to have context, but from a public relations standpoint, it's really not agree that maybe it's really not good to have that clip out there on the internet because there are things against you.
There are 5 billion clips to be out there, and they will never stop. So at this point, I can literally say that anything, it doesn't matter to me. To be quite frank with you, the things that they've said and done about me over the years, that, there's so much vile stuff out there that it's just white noise. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't give a shit for it. I just don't. Because if it doesn't bother me at all.
Alright, I think I have on the same sort of same thing. This is for support. And let's get the reactions.
We support the street tonight anyway. You guys support the content whenever you can. Really, I mean, it's fun. It sucks that, I'm making it enough videos. If you like to support my final please do it anyway. I'll give a shout out. Last chance, if you'd like to support the stream anyway, I appreciate it. Guys, thanks for being here. It would be great to support the stream in some way. And outside of that, any support would be appreciated. It would be great to support tonight's stream. But it has to be made non-stop for a week. So I'm giving you variety. I'm giving you what you want tonight.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize this is like 12 minutes of you asking for money straight.
It's about the time. Really,
I mean, here's an example. You're saying, like, I got to pay the bill, so you guys have to pay up.
Okay, hold on. Now let's put it in context. Because it's not in content today. I really have almost no support at all. Really the street today. We have had a very specific street. I don't think having this game in my little support for the street is it's a great thing here. It sucks. This is happening that we have another hour left, okay? I'm just going to be doing this story. It's great to get more time in particular, like I told you guys at the beginning of the stream tonight. I really need help with tips right now. I've got Day off on Monday and then big bills coming up right after. So if you prefer today, it don't really matter. No, it's not a big deal. Gonna Trigger did not get big support last night. I'm nervous that what's going to end up happening is this game ends up being the slow game, and it doesn't get support. And what if there's a day when also the other stream I'm doing doesn't get support? That's going to be a concern.
Yeah, but Phil, would it really be the end of the world if you had two streams in a row where you didn't hit some goal that you have?
Today, no. Back then, and some of these older clips, because those are clips that are way out of context from like during the bankruptcy and stuff, yeah, it actually would have, because I was living paycheck to paycheck. Sometimes I was living stream to stream. That's how tight it was.
You say that you were going to work like asking for support so much, and you think that's going?
No, it's different now because
Hey, look.
The way that I ask is in a different way. Allow me to explain. Back then, as you saw in the older clips where you noticed webcams fuzzy, quality shit, that was when I was.
There's some later clips in here too, though.
Yeah,
More
those
recent.
are. I don't want it to be like that anymore. All right, that's why I'm not going to put Best Streak down here on the leaderboard, and we're going to start counting. We're not going to do that, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I've once again, for the 4th straight stream, 4 in a row, I received a $150 tip from James. That's 4 in a row. 6 streams in a row. We have hit the goal. All the goals.
You see what I can see what your detractors mean though. Like you seem to like guilt people. Like, well, we got to hit the goal because we've hit it 6 times in a row. I mean, do you understand like the law of averages? Like, okay, you didn't hit it tonight, but you hit it 6 times in a row. So if you don't hit it tonight, it's not. I don't know. To me, it seems like it wouldn't be a big deal to miss it on the 7th out of 6 streams, right?
And you're right. It's about context. I don't know what time period this is. Because there's been different times when we had things going, like a streak where that was the thing, was to keep it going and hit it every time. But right now, I don't care if I didn't hit my goal earlier today. I tried to motivate the audience to hit the goal. We didn't hit it. I didn't say, oh no, the sky is falling, the world's falling. You know, some of these clips where you hear me say things such as, well, if I don't have enough tips, I can't go grocery shopping and everything. This is true. Because that was years and years ago. But it's things were much worse.
But Phil, you just said that you ordered Barbies like 2 days ago.
And that's a joke. That's because we're hamming it up. We wanted it to go.
If I go to Phil, with respect, if I go to Pick Go right now and I put in the keyword term groceries, how long ago was the last time you said if I don't hit the goal, I can't hit groceries?
Oh my god. Actually saying that I can't afford my groceries.
Today is the 13th of February. When's the last time you said if I don't hit the goal, I can't buy groceries?
It definitely hasn't happened since I did that casino.
Well, it's pretty funny to me. But okay. Really? See, the guys that don't ask for grocery money anymore? Instead of trying to run your redemption, that's what I think. And I wish that there is a room to redemption for all men. But some of the things that I've been through when investigating is really scary. Like, I just wanted to ask you about the incentives and benefits. Like, do you think that it's a benefit for your audience to see you put on a vest? Or put on a sandwich? Like, that's what you're rewarding them? I don't get it. I don't know. By the way, I'm an outsider looking in. Maybe that's more.
Did you know that I don't do that stuff anymore? Not the sandwich. We've already talked about DSP tries. Are you aware that those goals don't exist anymore? They've been phased out.
So, on Smart Show this week. But you understand, it's the same as asking for grocery money. It's like sending money and all.
Let me respond. There is a distinct difference because what you'll notice. By the way, I don't know if you know we're tiny. But there's a distinct difference between years ago when I was actually financially distraught, legitimately financially distraught. Okay, and I'm on my stream and I'm saying, please support the stream today. I literally need tips. I even said it's like, don't send me super chat. Don't look on my memory. But I said tips today because I need the money for tomorrow to do something, right? That's a lot different than anything I do today. For today, it's the positive reinforcement and incentivization and a lot of joking and razzing. I've actually kind of learned a lot from the casino since I came here and watched them, how they do. They positively incentivize the audience, right? Instead of saying it's a negative unless you support, saying if you support me enough, I'll give you positive. That's a different kind of reinforcement that I've learned and I've used content. So every time we hit 10 goals, we all talk on streams about what is it you want me to do. Just this morning, on LinkedIn chat, someone said, I want people to try the Shamrock Shake from McDonald's. He shit talks it all the time. When was the last time you actually had one? I was like, it's true. I don't even remember. Probably 15, 20 years ago. And I hated it. So people want to see me do that as a reward. So that's a positive incentive. Hit a certain amount of goals, I'll get it. We'll do a taste test video. And I know another thing that you're thinking, because you're probably thinking, well, how is Phil eating something a reward for his viewers, right? Well, there you go. See, I'll play devil's advocate to myself here, right? Like, here's the thing. If I were to say every time that we hit a sport goal, I don't know, I'm going to raffle off something. I'll raffle off a portal coaster. We'll do this or that. So who benefits from getting the portal coaster? One person. One person will get this portal coaster. Everyone else who tries to get it, hundreds,
you got rewards for like showing people your underwear or your socks.
Those are jokes, dude. You don't need the PPP and Ashton, or excuse me, PPP and I care about that. We're just joking. It's an incentive to try to get people to support, sure, but it's not a real reward. That's hamming it up over the top.
Here's where I think you can make some progress with all of your haters and detractors.
Okay.
Will you commit for the next 6 months to not ask for money for your bills, your mortgage, your internet payment, your car payment? Will you commit for the next 6 months to not beg or beg for money for your personal expenses?
I have not done that. I have not done that for ages. Like I said, since I've been on the casino, since now I do something positive, it's a positive reinforcement to get a reward. It's not me asking for something to buy something.
And by the way, I'm learning from you. So I didn't start a goal tonight. So I'm just setting the goal now. We want 50 super chats, any amount.
There you go.
And I will eat Arby's for that.
There you go.
Yeah. And
what are you going to get? What are you going to get?
I don't know. I think I want to try the burgers because I saw what you did and you're right. I drive by an Arby's on the way to my cabin. The only thing I've ever liked from Arby's is curly fries. My wife likes some of the old